What's going on, everyone? So, in this article, we got a little bit of a beef going on between Jez and Tom. Tom is the one being the dick, obviously. I kind of feel like he's being a little bit of a, let me just say this, corporate shill about it. Why do I say this? Not only that, but just kind of like just a bit of angst. Like, he gives me vibes, so I'm like, I'm not really a big fan of that behavior, Tom. I'm gonna explain to you guys why. So Jess released his article about the Xbox handheld coming out this year, right? But he was a bit discreet with it. It's just like he's the first one doing that. Then Tom comes out the around the corner and says Microsoft isn't launching its Xbox handheld this year, which I don't have a problem with that, but ASUS might be, and I'm glad to see that Microsoft is actually working with ASUS now. So we're gonna get some more intel about this, guys. Now I dig into Project Kennan, not Keaton. So he's kind of throwing shots at Jess by saying that. And the work Microsoft is doing to combine Xbox and Windows in this week's Notepad, live now for subscribers. This is a thing. So this guy comes in and does his article after, and I like some work Tom does sometimes, you know what I mean? He's at The Verge, if you didn't know, but the problem with him is that he charges you money and you have to be a subscriber. So if you go and click on his article and you want to go read it, you have to pay him. So this is what Jess says after that. Everything that we know so far about Xbox, Asus, Project Kennan, it's not discrete anymore. We know they're working with Asus, and it actually is good to me because that's who I wanted out of the other, OEMs. In this very affordable article, he throws shots back at him saying, "I'm giving the people the article for free," and even my other articles are actually free. You know what I mean? So we're gonna read Jez's article because I'm not paying Tom to read an article about the Xbox handheld when I already can figure it out from other sources. So that's my thing about that. Good job on that, Jez. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I kind of feel like he's being more cool about it in a manner where he's like, dude, I'm giving it to people for free and I've already done it, and now you're coming like pretty much right after me, and you're kind of like throwing shots at me and being a douche about it. So let me go do the article real quick, and here it is for the very affordable article. Kind of like doing it in a better way. I had to say Jez is doing a better job because he came back and did the same thing he's doing, and he's like, here, man, it's all free, yo. You know what I mean? Not putting a price tag over it. Yeah. So let's get into this. I spoke to Blizzard Entertainment President Johanna um, Faries or Faries. Sorry, I think that's Faries. Faries would be FAI. On her first year in the job, never know what language though, and how Blizzard games like Warcraft and Overwatch are reaching for greater heights. So, if you're familiar with my work, wait, hold on. Is this the right freaking article? Hold on a second, y'all. Oh man, I'm like, wait, hold on. How the hell did I get over on that one? Okay, here we go. Xbox Project Kennan gaming handheld price, compatibility, launch window, and everything we know so far. That's weird that it changed it to that. Microsoft is working on a partner gaming handheld with ASUS set to launch later this year. Project, I think it's Kennan now. It's part of a wider effort at Microsoft to engage OEMs at Xbox style gaming hardware. I'm going to explain to you things about this too, guys, so that we can understand how this really works, so you can know what you're getting and everything. Now that I figured it out, because there was some discrete information, but now we're going to get a full, detailed article about it. He exclusively revealed earlier this week, detailing the first salvo in Microsoft's bold new hardware direction for its gaming platform. But you want more details, right? Kennan, not Kenan, as I previously wrote, curse you, Warren, is an OEM built PC gaming handheld at its core. Guys, that's the key thing right here. It's an OEM built PC gaming handheld. So the experience that you will be getting with the Game Pass on PC and the Windows Store is what you're going to be getting. And so that means that it's not fully 100% the Xbox operating system. It's the PC one. So it's not fully backwards compatibility with your entire Xbox library. What I mean by that is that whatever you can only have on the Xbox cannot come to that. But if you have Play Anywhere games on this handheld, anything that's Play Anywhere, it's on that handheld for you. You know what I mean? Or anything that's coming out like that. Any Microsoft first party game is going to be on there that you have. Anything on Game Pass is going to be on there. That you have all your saves and everything. You can jump between that, your laptop computer, or your Xbox with all of that. You know what I mean? But like 360 games and all that, you know what I mean? That's not play anywhere. That's only on Xbox at the moment until Microsoft figures out, how to get that going. So that's what he means by like it's a OEM built PC gaming handheld, and it's not an Xbox um operating system handheld. But it's still cool though. Like for me, I'm not really looking to play those other games because it's like I've already done it. But I'm not against somebody saying, I would like that. You know what I mean? I'm more about what's coming out now because I've beaten pretty much damn near everything. So for the most part, you're going to get the majority of your games, like I said. So just don't think that if you're buying like something like, you know, a new game that's coming out third party like Monster Hunter on Xbox, you're not going to be able to play that on that handheld. Now, if you had Monster Hunter, well, actually, no, yeah, if you had Monster Hunter on PC, yes, because it's a PC built game on Steam. You see what I'm saying? That's how it actually works, guys. So that's just to let you know how it is. All right, so at its core, akin to the Asus ROG Ally or Lenovo Legion Go, and it's set to launch later this year, providing nothing goes ARI. Microsoft is working closely with OEMs on making Windows more friendly for dedicated PC gaming devices. So this is about Windows getting better in general, and I think it's good for Microsoft to do this first and not mess it up with their official handheld if they're going to do that. That way, that when you do get that unified dashboard between the two on the Xbox ecosystem, it's now fully synced. Then you could be able to do that. And I think that's kind of like that's what this is, and that's where it's moving towards eventually. So that's why we're going to see this stuff right here, like OEM models on making Windows more friendly for dedicated PC gaming devices like this, with a large amount of effort being poured into the Xbox app, which needs to get better. Xbox services platforms on Windows, like the game bar on Windows, to that end. We know that all needs to be improved, and it is better than when it first launched on. Since I've been getting tons of questions about Kennan, I put together this fact to answer some of your questions. So we're going to go down here. Who is making Xbox Kennan handheld device? In news which you may shock you, it's ASUS that has been tipped. That's my laptop that I have right now, my high-end gaming laptop. I like ASUS the most. I choose them over anyone. Has been tipped to build Xbox's Project Kennan device. We can corroborate a report from the Verge's Tom's Warren that Project Kennan is indeed from ASUS and will essentially feel somewhat familiar to the ASUS ROG Ally, which is the most powerful handheld. You know what I mean? So, albeit with an Xbox twist to it. According to our trusted sources, Kennan will blend ASUS's styling with updated design conventions more typical of an Xbox style device, with more prominent grips and a dedicated Xbox guide style button, kind of like right up there you see. So, excuse me, nowhere down. It's unclear whether Kennan will sit alongside any prospective ASUS ROG Ally 2 as a separate SKU, or whether it is in essence the ROG Ally 2 subsidized by Xbox. Right? Because that thing, then it might be a bit pricey, and they might have two models. The Asus ROG Ally X is arguably the best PC gaming handheld on the market as of writing. Yeah, of course, it's the most expensive too. But if you can afford it, it's not a big deal. But I don't think it would be for mass market. They're going to do that. With the best balance of specs, design, weight, and price, Lenovo chose to partner up with Valve for their Steam OS third-party hardware program, but it seems Asus won't be the last OEM to partner up with Microsoft for a device of this nature. Microsoft's Xbox hardware team is led by Rowan Sones. No, guy kind of looks like a Viking with a beard. Who previously led Microsoft's OEM program for Windows PCs. This expertise is doubtless leading the charge for this program, which The Verge reports is codenamed Bayside. Here's when we're gonna get down to what I was explaining with you guys. Well, Xbox and Asus Kennan run Xbox games or just Windows games? For those who were hoping Kennan would play Xbox games, I'm sorry to report that this is tried and true Windows PC in essence, meaning that you cannot bring most of your Xbox library to the device. Only games that fall under Play Anywhere will work as a single purchase entity across Xbox One, Series X, S, and Kennan, much like the Asus ROG Ally and Lenovo Legion Go. Xbox Cloud Gaming will also extend some of the Xbox only games you could potentially play on the device, but you'll be limited to whatever is in Game Pass Ultimate there for the most part. And I'll explain this in full detail. So anything on Game Pass, if that's all you do, then you're good because that's going to be right there. Anything that is Play Anywhere, which means that if you bought any first-party game, because all first-party games are Play Anywhere, or there may be some third-party games that, if it's possible, you know what I mean? Then yes, you could play that on there. Now, anything that isn't, for example, like I said, Monster Hunter just came out. Obviously, you can't buy Monster Hunter on Xbox and then play Monster Hunter on PC. It's not play anywhere like that. You know what I mean? They're separate. Or, just think of any other game you would want to play that's coming out that you're going to buy. Like, for example, if you just buy Kingdom Come Deliverance, you know what I mean? Kingdom Come Deliverance on Xbox is only going to be in the Xbox operating system. You can't go play it on PC. It's a separate thing. You know what I mean? That's not play anywhere, and that's not a first party game. So that's what he means. Whereas, like, if you got the Xbox handheld, well, then you still have the Xbox, but now it's in the handheld position, and anything you bought on there is right on that handheld. So that's how it works, guys. Now you have the full transparency. Now we got our answer, so you can know ahead of time if you want to save up for this, get prepared for it, or if you don't have to save up. You know what I mean? Or if you're like, I think that's still cool because I just only play on Game Pass. And if I want to play those games, I'll just play that on my Series X. You know what I mean? Now, if you just do only Xbox on your PC like I have, you know what I mean? I do have my Series X still right there, along with all the other consoles. But I don't see a need to play a third party game on my Xbox when my PC is way more powerful. I want the best experience. And then, I go and just grab my Xbox. Well, no, this is the controller I use on my Series X. The controller I use for my PC is this bad boy right here that I love. Like I said, we own all here. PlayStation controllers right here, and my Nintendo Switch Pro controller, which you don't have to get that, is over there. So I've always owned all. And I go all the way back to 1993. So yeah, we've been gaming for a very long time over here. 33 years damn near. Okay, so we got our answers like that. So, but you're gonna get Steam on here. You're gonna get Battle.net. You're gonna get GOG. And launchers like Riot Client and HoYoverse, all that. Microsoft is working towards bringing more Xbox games to Windows via a big push for Xbox Play Anywhere. Okay, so as Microsoft is doing this, they're trying to make more games play anywhere so your libraries can be more synced in the future. And I think that makes more sense because that's kind of the future here. Because if you want that unified aspect with the next gen OEM model, then you're going to want that to happen. For whatever you buy there is going to be on PC. And you're going to just, close that gap. They do that, oh boy, going down. And make the online like PC free. And you just pay for Game Pass if you want to play online. But it remains to be seen just how many of the thousands of Xbox platform bound games it can technologically or even largely bring across. Yeah, that's a bit of a mystery at the moment. But we know what we're getting. We got the meat of it. Taking this section with a huge grain of salt because the global economic landscape is very rapidly shifting. The United States has initiated a trade war, placing tariffs on a variety of commodities that threaten to upend global supply chains, which could severely impact the prices of devices like gaming handhelds, consoles, and PCs. Here's where we're going to get to the price. So getting down to this, they haven't placed the price yet because they have to see how the tariffs come into play, and we're going to see how that affects everything. And it's not necessarily America's fault or their leaders' fault. It's just because they've been taking advantage of this market for a very long time with their greed. And now when things kind of get balanced, they want to, if they raise up the price again, then that look, guys, just think about that. That's them being greedy. If somebody was taking advantage of your community and you were leading it, right? And you decided to tax them more because all you're doing is coming over here taking advantage of my land, because America is filled with all the other different nations together. Like everything's made in China, right? Or things coming out of India or things coming out of Europe or whatever. And everyone's buying European products, everyone's buying Chinese products, or everyone's buying Taiwanese, Japanese products, and they're making the most money off of everyone over here. If you want to strengthen your brand internally, you have to tax them. And you're like, you're still already made that much money. You've made billions, hundreds of billions. If you raise the price again, then to me, you are a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you've already made so much off of us. Now we're balancing the spectrum. Now we're trying to make money back because we're in debt. So anybody that tries to get you to see that the other way, no, it's not the leaders' fault for doing it. That's the smart thing to strengthen the American brand so that they could look more better and actually start getting more richer rather than being in debt because of idiots that have done that. That's just to explain some things to you guys. Just think about that from a leader perspective because you'll have some people that are trying to manipulate on top of that. I don't like any of it. I think taxes, all that stuff is just a vampire world, if you get what I mean. I think that when we buy something, we should be distributed it over time and credited. You should be benefiting the person because when people are more happy, they work better. They create more. You know what I mean? In a sort of sense, not making people feel more stressed and feel like they don't want to get up and do something. No, it should be the opposite. But when you have the vampire world doing that, then yeah, they just want to suck everything dry. You get your paycheck, they're already taking it from you. You know what I mean? They just want to take everything from you. They don't want to give anything. Scumbags. So that's my thing on that. So getting back to this, because we had to talk about tariffs, it was mentioned here. So let's explain how this works. You know what I mean? I don't like politics, but you have to understand it because it's going to affect you, right? So they're saying that they're thinking between $4.99 and $5.99 potentially for the price point. And the reason why you have to add that in is because you don't know if things are going to go up when it comes to chips and parts, because that's what they're using to make all these things. And there's factories that people are working in to make that en masse. And obviously they're charging more than they should for it. Yeah. Regardless of whether it's there or not, even things for $100 cheap. But these freaking entities, they have so much money, they made it up. You know what I mean? It's like, get out of here. Never go broke. They have so much. It's the people who can't afford groceries and shit. Like, get out of here. So potentially, but like I said, do take that with a grain of salt given the state of the trade war. That's why we have to talk about this going on right now. I've also heard that there will be 2 SKUs on offer. I think that may be the case. Maybe we're like storage, you know what I mean? But maybe the same power, or maybe a little bit more power with storage. It just depends. Although it's unclear what the differences will be between them. That's why I said maybe. I'm not going to finalize that. Like I don't know yet. Um, and obviously the SSD would be in there. I'm still digging for more details on the aspect of this device, which brings us to what is unclear to me right now exactly what is inside Kennan. So we're going to give a little bit of a guesstimation here with specs based off of what we have available, right? Like they're thinking it may be a Zen 2 Ryzen, which for a handheld that would be pretty good depending on what type of Zen 2 Ryzen you're using. So going down here to specs, it says, given the price may be in a similar range of the Legion Go S-based model, you have to assume that it may be running the Zen 2 Go chipset rather than the Zen 2 Extreme, which is AMD, by the way, which hasn't appeared in an available device yet. Lenovo's Legion's Go 2 is expected to come with a Zen 2 Extreme SKU, but its launch window is unclear. So if we look down here, we see all of them would be well, these two would be 8 cores for the Extreme and the Zen 2 for 2025, and the Go is going to be doing 4 cores 8 threads and 8 cores 16 threads. But if we look at what they can go up to, I mean, they all go up to 5 gigahertz, 5.1, 4.35. You have to find a balance for battery life, you know what I mean? And then the caches are pretty damn good, but the one right here just has the lowest cache. And then the watch obviously has to be low because you do not want to heat it up and blow the battery. So yeah, this is not too bad for a handheld. I think this will do very well. So that's pretty much what we see here, y'all. So just to get a good idea, if you guys want to take a look at this one more time, you know. Again, launch windows need to be taken with a grain of salt due to tariffs, local macroeconomic conditions, and so on. But we have heard that the Kennan device could be revealed as soon as this summer, pinned for a launch later in this year. And then he says, update. The reveal date here was incorrectly reported as the launch date in a previous draft and has been amended. Apologies for the error. It's okay. I'm not taking that, negative or anything. Still have to wait anyways, regardless. So Microsoft's build is slated for May 19th, 2025 too, and the Summer Xbox Showcase typically drops in the first week of June as well. It's potentially a good time to show off a new piece of hardware for a partner Windows OEM program, but there are a variety of things that could hold up that date as well as its launch window, naturally giving the state of things. So, this pretty much covers what we need to know about this. So like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think. And once again, Jess, thanks for the free article, so that everyone can see it. And there we go. We got all the answers now, guys. Only thing we need to know now is how it's fully going to work, what's going to fully carry over, and what is going to be the price point and specs. Peace out, y'all. Glad to do this for y'all.